Hello again, everyone. It's Vince Fuller from TradingWinds.com, and this is our update for March 2nd, 2017. Let's take a quick look at today's markets. Well, we certainly saw, we certainly saw a pullback today. The Dow finishing lower by 112 points, while the S&P 500 was down 14, the Nasdaq down 42 points, and the Russell also down about 18. So when we look at these, as we mentioned yesterday, even though we have a bar that looks like this, fairly negative, unless and until we get some follow through and a trade below here, nothing to worry about just yet, but we'll keep an eye on that. Now today, just about everything else was down as well. Bonds continuing to roll over, down half a point, while gold was down about 15 points and crude was down about 122 at the close. The only thing that seemed to be up was the dollar. I'll show you the dollar index chart. It continues to roll nice and strong here. And there was an IPO today, Snapchat, symbol SNAP, here debuted. Now, whenever there's an IPO, I get a lot of questions about how can you trade an IPO? I mean, obviously on the daily chart, you're going to see one bar here. So impossible to trade off that way. And it's going to be impossible for quite some time here to trade on the daily chart. But one thing you can do is lower your time frame. If you go to the 1 minute chart, have a look at this. Nice clean action. I mean, the thing about IPOs is normally you get a lot of volume when they first open up. So going down to the 1 minute time frame, you are going to see some nice setups showing up. And so one of the simple things you can do from day one on an IPO is let the first hour or two go by, let things settle down, and then as you see the bars just get nice and orderly like this, then you can just start picking off the setup, picking off the setups here off the 1 minute, and you'll be able to do this from now on with this. So that's one way to do that. Another stock to keep an eye on is Netflix. Netflix, and let me go to the daily chart here. Netflix lost about 3 points today, but if you're interested in looking for the next setup on Netflix, you're better off looking at the weekly time frame. Weekly really shows a nice clear picture here. We came through this cloud with momentum, and whenever you see that, it tends to lead to a much bigger move. And this is really the first time here after this initial pullback that we've seen any sort of sign of a pullback. And now we have that. And what to look for here again is some follow through. Now, as this pulls back, what you really want to keep an eye on are these previous highs, and specifically the 130 level. You can see it's been retested 3 different times here in the recent past here, 3 different times. And I think this is going to be a significant level of support for Netflix. And we also have some nice, strong momentum behind this move. So having it pull back from the 140 area down to 130 is a very healthy retracement here. And as long as we still have momentum on our side when this gets to around 130, this would be a great spot to pick some up for the next leg higher. So keep an eye on that, and we'll certainly be keeping a close eye on these index charts for any sign of a follow through. That's about it for now. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we will see you on our next update.